Welcome back to America 250. Ideas do not appear on their own. They are formed by people shaped by their time, their education, their failures, their fears, and their hopes. To understand America's founding principles, students must understand the people who wrestled with them long before they were written down. The founders were not a single type of person. They did not all agree on everything. They came from different colonies, different churches, different professions, and different life experiences. What united them was not personality. It was a shared concern. They were asking the same dangerous questions. Can ordinary people govern themselves? Can power be limited without collapsing into chaos? Can freedom survive human weakness? These were not theoretical questions. They were personal. Many of the men who helped shape America's founding ideas were deeply educated. They read ancient Greek and Roman history. They studied the Bible. They examined the failures of earlier republics and the dangers of unchecked rulers. They knew that democracy had collapsed before, and often violently. They also knew human nature. They did not believe people were angels. But they also did not believe people were only animals. That tension shaped everything they built. Consider figures like George Washington, who was offered power repeatedly and chose to give it up. Or John Adams, who warned that liberty could not survive without moral restraint. Or Thomas Jefferson, who believed rights existed before government and must be protected from it, even while struggling to live up to that belief himself. These men were not perfect. They knew that. They said so. What mattered was not that they solved every problem. What mattered was that they tried to design a system strong enough to handle human imperfection without surrendering to tyranny. That is why America's founders distrusted concentrated power. That is why they argued fiercely with one another. That is why they wrote, revised, debated, and compromised, sometimes painfully. They were not building a nation for people like themselves alone. They were building one for people they would never meet. They assumed disagreement would continue. They assumed future generations would argue with them. They assumed mistakes would be made. So instead of demanding agreement, they built a framework. Instead of trusting rulers, they trusted principles. Instead of hoping people would always be good, they planned for the fact that people sometimes wouldn't be. This is why studying the founders is not about worship. It is about understanding responsibility. They handed the future to citizens, not kings. And they knew that meant the work would never be finished. Because principles are only as strong as the people willing to carry them forward. That is why the ideas mattered. And that is why the documents mattered too.